What is up, YouTube? This is T1 coming at you with another video, and today I'm going to talk to you about Amadeus. Now, we're about to enter quite a dead zone of movies. For the next few months, there'll be fewer big movies to talk about, and because of that, I probably won't be going to the theater that much. And you may also know that in May 2017, when I graduate from high school, this is my senior year, I'm going to stop making videos. It's not that I don't like them, it's just that seems like as good a time as any to stop. And I'm going to take the opportunity to, in the meantime, talk about a bunch of movies that I've either really wanted to talk about for a long time or like a lot. And I'm going to start with the 1984 film Amadeus. If you don't know, Amadeus is a movie about a fictionalized version of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart and Antonio Salieri. And while I don't know much about them in real life, this film depicts them as bitter rivals, and I think that's not entirely accurate, but the story of Amadeus is just amazing. I think that's the biggest positive I can say here. It runs the whole gamut of emotions. But at its core, I think Amadeus is a film about descent. Throughout the film, we witness two very specific arcs about descent. We see Salieri's descent into a jealous madness and Mozart's descent into poverty. And all of it is visually represented beautifully. I mean, this film is excellently directed, and anything in the visuals department just works great. The costume design, the sets, it's awesome. And there's a great cast here too. I can't think of anyone I didn't really like, but the two standouts are, of course, F. Murray Abraham as Salieri, who is honestly one of my favorite characters in any movie, and Tom Hulce as Mozart. Now, these two are a perfect yin and yang to each other. We see the well-mannered and intelligent Salieri and the immature and douchey Mozart, which Tom Hulce plays perfectly. Every time I hear that obnoxious laugh, I just want to smack him in the face, but you're supposed to feel that way. And I'd rank them among the finest rivalries in any movie, up there with like Batman and the Joker. They're that good. And the soundtrack I think is perfect, and I think it's all Mozart as well, or mostly Mozart. And it makes the movie seem so much more epic, even though in actuality we're pretty much just watching people write a bunch of operas throughout the whole film. But the contained nature of the film, I feel, allows it to ruminate more. There's not a lot of characters, but the ones here are developed really well. As I said, Salieri is fantastic. I love how he's intelligent, and I love how no matter how hard he tries, he always feels that God is against him. And I think that's really interesting, and something that the film explores really well. However, there are a few flaws that I think hold it back from being quite the masterpiece it wants to be. One is, I think there's a little bit too much fluff in the first act. By the last two-thirds of this movie are pretty straightforward, but there's just a little too much dragging its feet to get to the good stuff in the first act. And also, while most of the characters are developed really well, I would have liked to have seen more development with Mozart's wife. Other than that, though, Amadeus is pretty damn awesome. And I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It's a really great movie. I'd check it out. It's long, but it's worth it. So, Stick1 signing out.